Have you ever wondered why some men with average looks, average money, nothing flashy, still have women absolutely obsessed with them? Meanwhile, other guys, even the ones who do everything right, end up ignored, disrespected, or friend-zoned? The truth nobody wants to tell you is this: the secret isn't in being nice, rich, or even good-looking. It's in learning how to ignore her. The dark psychology of ignoring a woman is powerful. It flips the script instantly. The men who master this art become the ones with options, while the ones who don't remain stuck chasing, texting endlessly, and waiting for replies that never come. Today, I'm going to reveal how ignoring works, why it's so effective, and how you can use it to build value, respect, and attraction. And if you stay until the end, you'll get a bonus lesson that ties everything together and completely changes how you view women and relationships. Let's start with the psychology, because until you understand why ignoring works, you'll never know how to use it. Lesson 1. Why ignoring works. The psychology behind attraction. Women today are surrounded by attention. Every time she opens Instagram, there are likes, comments, and thirsty DMs from men desperate for validation. Every time she steps outside, men approach her, trying to get her number. Attention has become cheap, and when something is cheap, it has no value. But when you ignore her, you stand out. You instantly separate yourself from the crowd. Ignoring creates scarcity, and scarcity creates value. Humans naturally crave what they cannot easily have, and this principle is as true in relationships as it is in business or life. By pulling back strategically, you're not being rude. You're signaling that you're a high-value man who doesn't need to validate her like everyone else. But here's the catch. Ignoring only works if you've built value first. Otherwise, there's nothing to ignore. Lesson 2. Build your value first. Why self-work comes before silence. Ignoring only works if you're worth noticing. If you're out of shape, lazy, and living without purpose, going silent won't do anything. It'll just make you invisible. Value comes first. That means leveling up your body, your mind, your finances, and your lifestyle. When you're confident, in shape, and living with purpose, ignoring her becomes magnetic. She wonders why you're different, why you're not chasing like the rest, and what's going on in your life that's more important than her. Think of it this way. If a man who commands respect walks into a room and doesn't pay attention to a woman, she feels it. She starts asking, who is he? Why isn't he noticing me? That's the power of value. It makes your silence louder than words. But even if you've built value, you'll still fail if you can't master this one thing: emotional control. Lesson 3. Master emotional control. The key to winning the game. Women test men, sometimes consciously, often unconsciously. They'll throw jabs, disrespect you, or try to provoke you just to see how you react. Most men fail here. They argue, defend themselves, or get emotional. And the moment you lose your cool, you lose your power. A stoic man doesn't play that game. He stays calm, unshaken, and indifferent. That emotional stability is rare, and it makes you magnetic. When she realizes she cannot control you emotionally, she starts respecting you and even feeling drawn to you. Emotional control is the foundation of the psychology of ignoring. It ensures that you're never reacting, only leading. But there's another silent killer of attraction that you must eliminate, or ignoring won't matter at all. Desperation. If this hits, like the video so other men can see this and comment, "I am worthy," in the comment section. And if you're building unshakable self-respect, subscribe to the Stoic Guy right now. Lesson 4. Eliminate desperation. Stop chasing, start attracting. Desperation kills attraction faster than anything else. If she senses you're desperate, constantly texting, showering her with compliments, begging for time, you've already lost. Desperation screams, "You're my only option." And women lose interest instantly. The man who has options, who doesn't beg for attention, who is busy living his life, that's the man she wants. To eliminate desperation, you must develop an abundance mindset. When you know there are countless women out there, you don't cling to one. Ironically, this detachment makes you more desirable. Now here's where most men get it wrong. They confuse ignoring with neglect. The difference is subtle, but critical. Lesson 5. Use subtlety, not neglect. The art of pulling back just right. Ignoring doesn't mean ghosting. It doesn't mean disappearing entirely. The art is in subtlety. Respond slower, shorten your replies, and make yourself just a little less available. This creates curiosity and intrigue. She starts to wonder why your attention has shifted, what you're doing, and why she's no longer at the center of your world. Neglect is sloppy. Subtlety is powerful. Done right, she'll feel a change in energy that pulls her toward you instead of pushing her away. And the most powerful tool in this entire process? It's not words. It's silence. Lesson 6. The power of silence. Why less is more silence is your greatest weapon. In a world where everyone is loud, desperate, and over-communicating, the man who can stay silent becomes mysterious. Silence creates tension, curiosity, and even discomfort. It forces her to think about you, to check her phone, to wonder why you're not chasing like everyone else. When you're comfortable in silence, you control the frame. You create the void that she wants to fill. Silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. But silence alone won't work unless you protect this next thing, your boundaries. Lesson 7. Set boundaries. Why women respect men with limits. Boundaries are everything. Without them, you'll always be disrespected. When you make it clear that you don't tolerate last-minute cancellations, disrespect, or games, you immediately gain her respect. A man without boundaries is forgettable. A man with boundaries becomes rare. Women test men to see what they can get away with. If you hold the line, you separate yourself from the 99% of men who fold. Boundaries tell her you value your time, your energy, and your self-respect above her approval. And that's exactly why she'll respect you. But boundaries are just the start. You also need to learn how to withdraw attention in the right way. Lesson 8. Withdraw attention gradually. Keep her chasing. Most men get this wrong. They either go completely silent overnight or they keep pouring out attention without end. Both extremes fail. The real art is in gradually pulling back. If you've been texting frequently, start spacing out your replies. If you've been too available, start being busy. This subtle shift makes her notice the change, and curiosity kicks in. Humans are wired to notice patterns, and when those patterns change, it sparks intrigue. Suddenly, she's wondering, why isn't he as available? Did he lose interest? What's going on? That curiosity drives her to seek your attention again. Remember, mystery is more attractive than overexposure. But curiosity alone isn't enough. Because if your entire life is about women, she'll sense it. That's why the next lesson is everything. Lesson 9. Focus on purpose, not women. Why success attracts naturally. Here's the truth. Women are not your purpose. They're a byproduct of it. The man who makes women the center of his world always loses. But the man who is obsessed with his goals, his fitness, his craft, his empire, he's magnetic. Purpose creates gravity. It draws people in. Think about it. The most successful men don't have time to chase. They're too busy chasing their vision, their destiny. And because of that, women chase them. Attraction isn't built when you orbit around her. It's built when she orbits around you. When you focus on purpose, you become untouchable. And here's the paradox. The more you focus on your goals, the less you care about women, and the more they want to be part of your story. But focusing on purpose alone won't save you unless you master the next piece, the philosophy of Stoicism itself. Lesson 10. Apply Stoicism to your dating life. Emotional mastery in action. If there's one philosophy that transforms men, it's Stoicism. The Stoics taught us to control what we can, ignore what we can't, and never let emotions dictate our actions. Applied to dating, it means this. No matter what she does, ignores you, tests you, disrespects you, you remain calm, unshaken, detached. Women are emotional by nature, and they will test your stability. The man who crumbles, argues, or lashes out loses. But the man who remains still, who lets her words roll off like water off stone, that man earns respect. He becomes the rock in a world full of chaos. Imagine she tries to make you jealous. Most guys panic, overreact, or start competing. But the Stoic man doesn't flinch. He doesn't even acknowledge the game. That level of composure is intoxicating to women. It shows true power, the kind that can't be faked. And when you combine Stoicism with one final element, you unlock the ultimate advantage. Patience. Conclusion. Patience in the long game. The art of ignoring isn't about games. It's about control. Control over yourself, your emotions, your boundaries, your silence, and ultimately, your life. When you master this, women chase you instead of the other way around. Patience ties it all together because attraction builds over time. The man who can wait always wins. And here's the truth. By the time you've mastered these lessons, you won't even care if she chases you. You'll be too focused on your purpose, your growth, and your life to waste time begging for attention. That's the real power. The moment you stop needing her is the moment she needs you.